TV so any episode for your woman in our cover Eddie about channel yes so open our number one channel ebema all the political issues, all the political stories they are and then I make for the Points TV Eddie Amao. Mess also be subscribe to YouTube channel na face so like video no Eddie Amame. Share my for free be share na fi for comment brand so e wo comment section ho and no more. And some be ACC e wo Ghana ye politics say ye NPP say ye NDC. Ni nyina no yaboabo ano ayede e bro. Meso nyabotre ene adaje video bi etwagu ensem no akwako ye henyan e wo man Ghana mu ase amafo ekabi nyabotre na afi ye nkonkohwe video no emra.
And then two is that
wasn't followed.
Yes, the judge is unaware, it's been rejected by all the royal houses and everything. I mean, so it hasn't happened, and that's why I was hoping that if today was 1st April, I could have considered it a bad April Fool's joke, and then we just laugh over it. Yeah. But chieftaincy's issues are serious, and we will resettle. I assure you. The next time I come, I'm sure Honorable Rita is on top of that, and it's an embarrassment. I wish you hadn't raised it on set, but it must be dealt with. It must be dealt with.
Right.
It will be dealt with.
Right. Let's move away to a substantive conversation for this morning. We are starting with a very topical issue, one that has left all of Ghanaians, shaking and in awe. We are all in awe by the extent of rot that is currently ongoing at the Electricity Company of Ghana, or that has gone on at the Electricity Company of Ghana. The missing containers. Look at the size of a container. Not one, not two. 1,300 of them over 1,300 of them going missing. But the minority leader, Honorable Afenyo, has been speaking, and he's asked that we do not politicize the issue. We should rather, resort to a bipartisan approach in dealing with the matter. He was board chair.
Did he say why?
Well, he was board chair. Yes, he stated why. If you'd permit me, he said. Okay. He said. People often see things in a very radioactive state, all because he has taken a partisan twist. I'm saying that we can do better as politicians. Let us look at the root cause, solve that problem. Don't let us say it is an MPP problem. They caused it. The more we continue to do that, the more the system continues to cave in. We shouldn't be so comfortable, he stated. And he also said that he was going to support Honorable Jinapo. If he is indeed committed to an overhaul, he should count on the support of the minority. The minority leader also emphasized that the structural inefficiencies within state-owned enterprises, noting that they contribute to recurrent crisis. In a lot of SOEs, there are structural inefficiencies that affect the state. I believe that let us use this issue to tackle it comprehensively and get all hands on deck. It doesn't matter the party that is in power. Well, he said the right things, but the question is, what's on the mind of all and sundry is that you were the board chairman for the Electricity of Ghana. Were you in the known about these things? Did you know about these things? Also yesterday, I read somewhere that Dubik Mahama, who was the managing director for ECG, somewhere in 2023, wrote a letter asking them to seize the purchase of these materials. It means that he knew about this, and then he later on decided to resign as the MD of Electricity Company of Ghana. Let me start with you.
I want to disagree with you on him having said the right things.
He
didn't say the right things.
Okay.
Yeah, let Prince carry on.
He did not say the right things.
The Prince of course, that's why I wanted. Let start the conversation.
This is not the only correct thing he said is about that thing not being politicized. It has not been politicized.
Okay.
At least Jinapo John, the minister for energy and green, now let me just even leave it at energy for now, because this is an energy sector pure one, has not politicized the matter. Sometimes somebody wants to set agenda by talking about the agenda he wants to set as though let's not do this, but he's doing it. Okay? And it's not been politicized. John Jenaport indicated that these are the facts as given to them during the transition. He was then not minister.
Yeah.
So he couldn't have done very much.
Yeah.
Upon assumption of office, within 5 days, on the 4th day of his being sworn in, he went to the port to cross-check for himself after reading everything and interacting with the people in that office. He went to the port himself and got some shocking revelations, upon which basis he set up a committee. He did not just arbitrarily start doing things. He followed due process. Where's the politics of this? The only reason why he is doing what he's doing is because he was board chairman. He did say one thing though, that he was aware of this thing. And this thing has been going on for years. What did he do about it for the 2 or so years that he was board chairman, or even if it was 1 year? Even if it was for 6 months. And he said he was aware. Even, let's say, he became aware after he became board chairman, or after the NPP lost power, after the handing over. What has he done? This is a crime. Being aware of a crime and doing nothing about it is even worse than being the one who committed the crime. Especially if you are a leader of sorts, worthy of the sort. Who hasn't been doing politics nearly everything in Ghana? Isn't it Afenyo? So what is he preaching to us about? He should have been the first to be arrested. He should have actually handed himself over to the police. He supervised this thing. Dubik Mahama, in his resignation, cited personal reasons. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember that the former board chairman, Kelly Gajepo, that is Ken Ofriata's partner in the data bank and the enterprise group, also when he was resigning, cited what? Personal reasons. People are running all over the place asking for the president to disclose why he does this, why he didn't do that, why he breathed through his left nostril and not his right nostril. But we will not ask people why they are resigning and stated personal reasons. What are the personal reasons? Why was Kelly Gajepo appointed to the board by Ken Ofriata? Was it to just oversee the mess with the PDS? And we all know the role he played in that. Has he been arrested? The meters. The meters, the money that we paid, prepaid people, over 15 billion. Has it been brought back? People are working free in this country. People are working free in this country. Having taken over our wealth. Having attempted and sometimes failed in the state capture. PDS was a good example of state capture. There has been several. Look, do you know, it's not just money we lost in PDS. And look, we'll come back to the wiring thing in a moment, but I just want to paint the picture very well from the time that President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia took over government of Ghana. Energy sector. The first thing they sought to say was that there was waste energy, excess power. So, excess power, it means that we had too much power. Right? And the problem that confronted us, which resulted in Dumso, was because there wasn't enough power to distribute.
Yeah.
Dumso was the result of energy shortage over years of no replenishing, and that is from the Energy Commission's own report, not from an NDC report, but a state institution's report that every X number of years there should be a wide percentage of addition to the energy generation capacity of this country, because look, the population is expanding, the economy is growing, and we expect to industrialize and so on. What do you do? In fact, the vision of President John Mahama in his first term, that's his first coming, was to industrialize. Okay, so he wanted to have excess power to be able to export excess power in order to get our industries running. Okay, these guys came on the back of industrialization with a slogan, one district, one factory, and they didn't create factories. Instead, they came and bastardized everything that had been done. They claimed that the American was riddled with scandals. They set up an Addison commission who went and rather tried to get bribes from the people who were in charge of that. They didn't find any fault. Where did the American plant end? In Kumasi. Just for politics in order to get Ashanti votes to win an election. This is the NPP. So when we talk about politics of the energy sector, this is the MPP. When we talk about state capture within the corridors of the energy sector, it is the MPP, PDS, and so on. Look, Gabi came and told us the president's Baba was part of the people who had been put on the PDS thing. On what basis, what criteria was used in selecting these people? And our meters, money is still with them. We lost money that was coming from America to help us now expand and stabilize our energy sector so that we can have a situation where we are exporting, we are net exporter of energy to the sub-region. We lost that money, we lost that opportunity. Look at the people who are preaching to us. Do you know the role that people like Charlie? Look, people must be arrested. Look, frankly, a lot of people must be arrested. It is just sad that we are not arresting at the rate at which we should be arresting. But when you arrest the people, you must interrogate them, you must investigate them, and you must jail them, prosecute and jail them. Look at someone like Ken Ofriata. He's now suing the investigative agencies, and people are watching. The CSOs, the pseudo-neutrals, they are looking up. A thief. Look, you catch a common criminal and he says he sued the police. No. Hold on. I haven't mentioned. I said a thief. You catch a thief. Have I said it's a thief?
You didn't mention anybody.
No. You catch a thief today, red-handed, and then the thief says he sued the policeman for arresting him. The policeman should go and remove his name for the station dying. He should go and remove this. He's actually saying that remove all record of his crime or alleged crime from the records of the police. What nonsense is that? A common criminal, a common thief, they are allowed to do that. So what about the super thieves? The person who has hijacked the whole state has taken all our money. This man claims to be sick, so sick that he cannot be in the country. Yet every day he's giving instructions to the special prosecutor. What the hell is going on here? And then the CSOs and all those so-called neutrals are silent. So I mean, look, this country should get serious. If we cannot arrest the people and we cannot retrieve the loot, then we will be in this state. We must decide what we want. Do we want to move forward? Ghanaians overwhelmingly voted for John Dramani Mahama to recover all the loot, arrest all the criminals. In fact, the tribunal system must work. The public tribunals must work. They must start working now. We must have fast-track special courts to try and deal with such things. Look, 24-hour economy must start with the judicial system, and I think that this is the time for Justice Tokon. What's her first name? I don't even know. Gertrude. This is her time. She's still Chief Justice, right? Until the clock runs out on her, she's Chief Justice. This is her time to show, even if that's the last thing she does, she should allow the public tribunals to start working. She should allow the special courts to start the prosecutions, because Afenyo is coming. The way she speedily got Afenyo, some people to sit and deal with his issues in December. Was it November? December, Afenyo's case should be the first one that should be tried with the public tribunal. Look, everybody who has been in the ECG, ecosystem must be brought to come and testify, and they should tell us. Nobody should be allowed to tell us personal reasons. What do you mean personal reason? You are a public servant, for goodness sake. You are entrusted with the people's resources. The annoying thing is that, look, they think they are fools. They are recycling our things to us. We use taxpayers' money, including pensioners' money, to go and import cables so that people all over the country can have. People are sleeping in darkness. Now, if we have excess power, which they claim, and ECG is supposed to be distributing, what is it going to be distributing with? It means the cables must go everywhere. What did George Wallace do? He tried to expand the network to about 90-something percentage. And we should have been hitting 100%. That should be our target. And we should be exporting to other places. That should be our target. So when the taxpayers' money is used to import these cables to be used in a good listen, and some of the cables have been stolen anyway, they need replacement, then these thieves come, steal the thing, and it's not just 1,300 and something.
I was for video no any akwa hwaba no watimu ensem wo hu de ekoso e wo man Ghana mu a dani brenyina ade achi ade sa no ensem bebre ekoso e wo Ghana ye politics no mu NPP NDC CPP and our face political parties in nyina no e ho nsem e wo ase aha e na obenya ni nyina message so subscribe to your YouTube channel no e de amaye the Point TV so nie medawase.